Today was a massive day for the NFL in terms of NFL potential rule changes. What should be banned? What should be maintained? What should be changed for the 2025 NFL season? And some of the things talked about was the Tush Push. You guys are going to be surprised what was talked about with that. They also discussed kickoff rule changes that were approved of, and also replay assists. So in this video, what we wanted to do was break down everything for you, explain what the rule changes mean, how it affects the NFL, and where we see it going forward. And trust me, you're going to want to stay tuned because the Tush Push rule, although it's not changed, something might be happening soon. Before we dive in, comment down below, do you think they should ban the Tush Push or no? Now, let's talk about the kickoff as the first new rule change for the 2025 season. Now, ultimately, what they wanted to do last year was make this more dynamic, right? Have more kick returns in the NFL, more electricity when it comes to starting NFL football games and, giving teams a chance to return one if it's towards the end of a game, right? But what they saw was a lot of just touchbacks, right? They said, you know what, we're still seeing a ton of people getting the ball in the end zone, kicking it out of bounds, making sure people just got the ball at the 30 instead of housing one, right? But now, what they changed was, instead of touching it back to the 30, now they're saying, hey, if you kick it out of the end zone, they're going to get the ball at the 35-yard line, right? I mean, do you know how unbelievable it is to get the ball at the 35-yard line off a touchback? That is insane. So basically what they're trying to do is say, hey, kickers, you better kick this within this window, because if you do not, teams are going to get one hell of an opportunity to start the field at the 35-yard line. So I do think this will effectively change kickoffs in the NFL. Do I think it will add more dynamic, electric kick returns? Yeah, I really, really do. Again, we'll see how it works out, but this is a good rule in my opinion. If you wanted to heighten kickoff returns, I think that does it. Now, here's another big new rule for the NFL in 2025. We saw them, kind of experiment with that 2024 playoff overtime rule where each team would get the ball. And I was always like, why not just make that a regular season thing as well? And they did, right? NFL owners have approved a new overtime rule for the regular season, ensuring both teams will not only get the ball, but they'll have an opportunity to win the game. The overtime period will remain 10 minutes long and ultimately be a major factor in not only postseason games, but NFL regular season games as well. And last year, we saw a lot of examples of this just ruining football games. I mean, we had a great matchup. Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, 24-24, heading into overtime, and boom, they win the coin toss, they get the ball, and you could tell Baker Mayfield's like, well, the game is probably over, right? So again, I think this is a massive rule for the NFL, and basically what it means, guys, if you guys are unfamiliar, is basically to start overtime last year, if the Chiefs got the ball first and went down, got some points on the board, the game's over. But now, right, both teams are going to get a chance for the football. So if one team goes and kicks the field goal, then the other team has a chance to at least get the ball and see what they can do, see if they can tie the game or go win the game, right? Now, ultimately, the NFL and owners were trying to make this a 15-minute period, but it will be amended to that same 10-minute format. And again, both teams will get a chance with the football. Now, another big rule change is the expanded league's replay assist system. So this is very vague. I don't exactly know what it means. Neither does a lot of people. But have you ever sat there and watched the same replay for about 7 minutes before the game started to get back on and a decision was finally made? Well, I think what this allows the NFL to do is get through those opportunities, those specific positions a lot quicker, right? As you can see here, steps out of bounds, but that ball is over the marker. This is a first down. Boom. Let's just get to the next play, right? It won't take them 5 minutes to ultimately decide, is this a first down? Is this not a first down? And you could see, if you go watch some UFL, right, their league has just started. They have a really good replay system in right now, and it's working really well. I saw one the other day that was, a 4th and short, and the guy was so close to it, but barely was short, and it was like a 3-second decision. All right, maybe not 3 seconds, but you guys know what I mean. It took him maybe 35 seconds to understand, all right, yep, that's short. Let's move on to the next one. Turnover on downs, right? So I don't exactly know what this means, for the NFL. I don't exactly know what the exact changes, but what I do know is everything's going to be a lot quicker going forward. And then there's the Tush Push. Now, according to multiple sources, this play right here, very famous of the Philadelphia Eagles, has notably became unstoppable, and a lot of NFL head coaches, including the Buffalo Bills, who have used it the second most in the NFL, have demanded to get rid of this play because it is unhealthy, and a lot of guys are or potentially could get injured, while nothing shows that this has forced a lot of injuries in the past. Now, according to Adam Schefter and multiple NFL sources, NFL owners have tabled the Tush Push conversation. No decision about it is happening right now, but in the future, it could come back, which is interesting. Now, real quickly, before we deep dive into what this means and a little bit more about what they talked about, I need you guys to do me a favor, hit the like button if you want more NFL breakdowns, including player, film analysis, breaking news. If you want more, let me know in the comments. Hit the like button. Comment down below P2, right? If you want me to update you guys on anything else that happens in the NFL, let me know in the comments. Also, subscribe to the channel, guys. It is free, doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the NFL throughout the entirety of not only the rest of free agency, but the draft and the season, mini camp, training camp, whatever it may be, rookie camp, right? And then preseason, regular season, we got you guys covered. So make sure you guys join the family. Now, let's kind of get back into the Tush Push. So, very, very interesting. 16 NFL teams said that this play needs to be gone. Okay, and this is what I kind of want to hear from you guys. Do you agree? Do you think this is a dangerous play? Do you think this is an unfair play? And do you think it ultimately should be banned or at least altered with at some point of view, right? Whether it is only one guy can push from the back. I don't know, right? I have no idea. But what we do know is the Packers, the Bills, right? Some other teams, the Falcons, do not like this play at all. And they were really, really trying to get this play out of the league. So ultimately what's going to happen is, well, they voted. 16 teams said no, or like it should be banned. But they need at least 24 votes for that to take place, for them to ban it from the NFL. Which means, 16 out of 24, it's not that far away. Not that far away. So what's going to happen is, instead of revoting right now, they're going to wait. Whether it be in May or June or July or August is yet to be seen. But what we do know is there's a lot of teams that want this play out of the NFL. And I think it could happen in the ultimate future. I don't know how far away that is, but it could happen. So I think that's something we got to discuss later on down the line. But for now, it'll stay in the NFL.